Killing Machine.
Lying here.
So thanks for joining us for episode 2 of the Crazy Killing Machine Network RPG series. Because the first episode was such a resounding success, we thought we'd come back for a second one. For anybody that's not watched the first episode yet, we'll probably jump straight into some spoilers because we're just going to carry on as normal. So if you haven't seen the first episode, stop now, go watch the first episode. We're also not going to talk about the characters. I'll probably stop saying that as soon as we get 2 or 3 episodes in, but we're not going to talk about the characters. We might start to develop them at the start of this episode because we've not really done many introductions or anything yet. But if you want to know more about the characters before we get started, we've got separate character creation videos for each one of us. So again, if you're worried about spoiling it or you want to know more before you dive in, stop it again now. Go and watch those. Come back and we'll get back into it again. But other than that, again, as always, super excited, and it's Steve's plane to fly. So crack on, Steve.
Yeah, so I'm just going to start by covering a few things that I forgot to cover in the first episode. So the first one is I just want to shout out a friend of mine, Dan Barker, who helped a bit with the story. So I went to him with some ideas because he's game mastered a few games before, so he helped out. The other thing is I deliberately have put a few little, like, hopefully discrete references to different like games or TV shows, films, or anything like that within the story. And I thought it would be good if anyone spots them within the story or thinks they know what I'm trying to like allude to with some of the things that I'm saying or that the characters interact with. If you comment on the video with that, you'll potentially get a chance for me to reach out to you and get you to name one of the characters in one of the future episodes.
Yeah, I like that.
So if you go back to the first episode, there was actually one in that, which I don't think anyone picked up on.
I know it.
If someone comments on it, that'll be great.
No
one that's playing is allowed to say. There's obviously a few that are planned to come up, but whether or not the actual characters will reach those today, we don't know. They might just get past the first building. That'd be nice.
Do they include fighting another building?
So that'd be great. So yeah, let's get back to where we actually were. So you all fell asleep in your barracks. Obviously, Finn, Clixel, you were brought in wounded. Luckily, obviously, you've been healed a little bit. A thing to note is that when you guys all sleep, you all automatically heal 1 wound. So you can all do that now on your character sheets, and you also lose all strain. I don't think any of you had any, but you'll also go back down to 0 strain.
I had a little bit of strain, considering.
So
I think you're the only one that has any
wounds as well,
yeah.
I'll at this point also like just randomly tell you guys about how you can do medicine checks. So medicine check, anyone can do it using your medicine skill. If you do it to yourself, it's going to be harder. If you do it to someone else, obviously it's easier. The way that it works is if you've got less than half your wound threshold as damage, so half or less, then it is just an easy test. And however many successes you get is how much you heal. If it is higher than 5, then it's an average check. So that is 2 difficulty dice. If it's over, then it'll be 3 difficulty dice. So at any point, you guys can choose to do that. You can. It's usually like once per encounter, so we can say you can do like a test in the morning and one in the afternoon, because obviously you're going to want to start healing up Clixel. The way that critical injuries work is after a week, you can do a resilience check when you first wake up, and if you pass that resilience check, you just lose that critical injury. At the minute, it's not giving you any disadvantages apart from the fact that if you get another critical injury, it's going to add +10 to whatever you roll. So obviously your next critical injury is going to be worse. At any point, you can do a medicine check to get rid of it. Again, it's going to be once a day. on that one, and that will be difficulty will be based off of whatever against a critical injury. I think that will be on your character sheet, so anyone can do a medicine check on that.
Yep.
You also have some of the you might have heal tabs. A heal tab, the first time one is used will heal 5 wounds. The second time it's used will be 4. The third time it will be 3. So obviously it gets less effect the more you use it on the same person. So obviously you can do like it uses the whole thing up once you use it, but then if you use another one on someone, it's going to be a reduced effect. And that's everything. So you each wake up in your bunk beds in the barracks. Looking around, you can see each other and your different companions, but all the other bunk beds are littered with people's belongings, but their owners are nowhere to be seen. So it looks like people like left in a hurry, were expecting to come back, but they're not there now. And you look over to where Corey was sleeping for the night, and he also isn't there. Welcome.
Sneaky little goblin.
Not
Corey-
that any of you care about Corey.
Corey was
so-
the goblin, wasn't he?
Corey was the goblin
Yeah, he's
that
gone
none
as
of you cared about.
Hey,
We're
where-
definitely not integral to the story.
So I can wake up and look around. So I see only us. You say, right? It's only us in the barrack.
Only you in the barracks. It looks like it's got space for loads of people, like a whole battalion or whatever you call them, of people. But for some reason, you guys are the only ones in there. Maybe you slept in, maybe you didn't. Obviously, there is many of these barracks lit around the camp with all the different battalions. And this is the one that you guys were assigned to.
So the first thing.
Hyan's going to get up and go, hey, what happened to Corey? Hey, what happened to my voice?
And all
Who's
go
Corey?
Oh, I was just fighting to like that little goblin. No.
No, I don't think it's working. Keep working on it. Keep working on
I'm
it.
sticking
I
with that
love
one
it.
this time.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'm sticking with that this time.
There's only you guys in there, so I'm not answering you.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't strange that we are all here. This is hard to do the voice, guys. I tell you. This isn't strange that we are here only by yourself. Maybe we are being punished.
Well, I know we went through a lot yesterday, but I realise I don't know any of your names. Hey, big guy, this is going to be fun. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Taunus.
What's your second name, Taunus?
I don't know. I forgot.
Well,
I am
you
searching.
know, I'm Seer. But my friends call me Mario.
I'm going to call you Mickey.
I definitely told you my name last time. Yeah, and have like no time to be listening to that voice. So I'm gonna obviously very slowly and sorely get out of bed, and I'm just gonna walk outside the tent, and have a look around.
You split the party up already. We've been playing for 3 minutes. It's gone.
I don't want any of that stuff. And like, I mean, you're definitely gonna steal everything.
I am definitely. That is the next thing I was just
Yep.
about to say. I am definitely getting involved in the stuff that's been
Like, I'm interested in what time it is outside. If I mean, like, the camp may have been attacked. I mean, we probably would have heard something, but who knows?
You were pretty tired after all night fighting, I'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm ready to go again. I'm ready for round 2. So.
all night getting shot in the face.
Do we still have the guards watching us from last time?
That was actually one thing I wanted to check as well, to check outside. But as far as I understand, we are in a barracks, not in tent, right? So
Is it? Yeah.
It's like a wooden barracks.
Okay.
From when you actually arrived, you did see that there was lots of different like wooden barracks, and then it was like interspaced with tents, and there was a massive tent in the middle.
Okay.
So I'm going to start checking this stuff that's left behind. Whatever looks shiny and relatively expensive, I'm going to start checking it.
Okay, so you're going to go through the other bunks. Are you just going to go through random people's or Corey's?
I'm thinking you want me to say Corey, so I'm probably going to look at Corey's because I don't know any of the other guys. So yeah, apparently this guy we're really close with now has disappeared. So
You look at Corey's.
I'm going to look at Corey's.
You find nothing. He arrived with you last night, and obviously you
Corey.
haven't got anything with him.
By looking at Corey's and realizing he's got nothing, I'm going to carry on going down the bunks until I find something interesting.
Okay, so you're going down the bunks. I'm just going to say you're going to do like a overall like scour of everything.
Just a general sweep, yeah.
Yeah. So I want you to.
There's going to be a booby trap in there.
Never fall asleep in the same room with Carl and then leave the room.
Oh, what's happening?
You're going to do a perception check. That's all. So just a average difficulty perception check for me to see if you spot anything.
An average difficulty.
Just a quick question. Is there a bed in my size in our room?
They've just dragged two together. And they're like,
Okay.
"Here, mate, this is yours." Oh, they chopped Corey's in half.
My back. It hurts.
Right, my
Also, I assume he wasn't on the top bunk.
He had a single bed.
Why is my video? The video looked like it were overloading then. Don't know why.
Carl's fucked it.
I haven't. We're fine. We're good. I might have to cut that little bit out a little bit, but yeah.
Cool, Carl, do you want to do a standard, an average difficulty perception check to see if you spot anything in this room?
Yeah. Oh, so I've spot everything in this room.
Did you roll it properly? That's a big question. You did. Okay. So your room, like pretty much everything is just people's like belongings, like clothes and like just stuff that they arrived in. A little bits of memorabilia about their family or anything like that. So obviously people that probably had stuff with them either arrived here by choice or they were like had it on them when they were first picked up. Could you roll a D100 for me, please?
Can.
Okay. 67. So you find 67 ambits worth of stuff.
Nice.
Sweet.
Suckers.
That should have been a D20, but 3 successes.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so if you just want to add that to yours, or you can
just
choose to
absolutely
share it with
smashed out a
anyone.
roll. We checked to make sure the video was working. It's working absolutely fine. So cheeky 67 ambits for Hoyan Marker.
Yeah, and I'm going to say as well, with that advantage you got from scanning the room and like going through everything, you've got the impression that everyone was called up to a battle, and since then they haven't come back. But you don't know when that battle was.
So everyone was called up to a battle, but we were left asleep.
Or maybe it was before you got here.
Oh, interesting.
And did you just say they were called to battle?
Yeah. So apparently there was a big battle that's just happened before we got here. I don't care because I've just found 67. I found nothing.
I mean, we are here to fight, right? Why are we here?
I'm not here to fight. I'm
Let's
here
go.
I'm here against my own will.
Yeah, but they wanted us to fight.
Apparently I'm here by the order of the Peaky Blinders.
Clixel wanted to have a look around outside. Did anyone else want to have a look outside?
Yeah, me too. I would like to have a look outside to see if there are guards near the barracks and what's our surrounding.
Okay, so yeah, you go outside and there is a couple of guards stood either side of the doorway. They just look at you and pretty much just look at you with disgust because that's going to be their job for the next few days, is just watching you guys. You get outside and you can just see around you that there is people practicing sword fighting still. Obviously, everyone had got up for the morning drills. Everyone was in like their groups in their different teams and battalions, and they're all doing drills together. Obviously, whoever your drill sergeant is didn't give a shit and didn't come get you. So you've all like just been left where you are to your own devices. They're like just a general overview of the camp. Like you're pretty much deep in the forest side, like opposite to the way that you came in. So it's as if like all of the high number barracks are down the bottom, and then the low number barracks, which is probably the more important people, are closer to the middle. And right in the middle there is a massive ornate tent. Throughout like the different barracks as well, you can see bigger buildings. Outside these, you can see bigger groups of people. There is one building which looks pretty fancy. It's got a big golden arch over the front, and there's benches outside with some soldiers sat there in armor. Whereas, like complete opposite side of it, you can see there is like a similar looking building, but this one's very dingy and scummy. And there's just people milling around it, obviously drunk and wandering around.
Oh, that sounds like some amber.
That sounds like some amber.
Some amber.
Some amber, yeah.
So
Okay,
I
so-
think we need to go and speak to somebody. We need to go and find out what we're even
Yeah,
doing.
so I just approached the guards that are outside, and I'm gonna say, hi, do you know where everyone else is? Because we are the only one left here in the barracks.
He just points at all the people training. He's like, well, they're preparing for battle, mate. Like, isn't that what you guys should be doing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna like bark at him. Where's our superior? Try and get some answers out of him.
Well, your superior, he's resigned to his lot. He probably I've talked too much.
We gotta go and find our superior.
So I'm gonna. At what point should I pull my blaster out? I don't know.
I think that if you are in character, you will say, "Let's go fight Steve again."
I kneecap this guy immediately.
So Hyan walks out. He's coming last out of the barracks, and he sees Clixel sort of go towards his blaster. And as he puts his hand on his blaster, I just put my hand on his hand and sort of shake my head at him.
Yeah.
As in, not yet. Maybe soon, but not yet.
I'm like a dog. You need to keep him on a leash, otherwise start fighting.
And as I put my hand on his blaster, I actually take something out of his pocket with my other hand.
You can do a skullduggery check.
No, I just stop him.
Happy I am.
I try after I've seen him being blown away by Steve. I try and calm him down and steer him away from his blaster.
I've been successfully calmed.
Yeah, you are still pretty much covered in blood and aching all over. So this guy the guard only talked to you because they felt sorry for you. I mean, I'm sure one of his mates has dealt with Steve before.
So I think we've got to try harder and get something out of you here. You said you're not going to say much about our superior. Come on.
Who's superior?
Calm down, Biggin. Calm down, Biggin.
So if you want to do that, then you got another little cheeky little social check for me, which will be negotiation. If you're going to say it that way.
Can I support him
so.
with intimidation or something like that? Like standing behind him?
Okay, Carl, you get to roll a additional bonus dice because you have a big guy stood over your shoulder.
Nice. What we're doing?
Negotiation with
Negotiation.
+1 bonus dice. Yep, and it's just an average check.
Does he get a disadvantage for a pebble on the other side?
They haven't spotted the pebble. However, you failed. And
Failed
you got
that horrifically. Yeah.
A couple of cheeky threats there as well. So he's just like, oh god, I definitely told you guys too much. I probably need to go tell people what I said. Luckily, though, I've got to stay here, so maybe when the shift changes.
That's not going well, boys. I turn around to everybody else and say, he obviously knows something, but he's not telling us.
Should we go search for Siri?
Siri, Brian.
You mean Sarah?
Oh,
Sarah.
Corey. Yeah, the one with the shouty face.
Yeah. She looks fun.
Can we? Oh, actually, can I have a look out and see if I can spot Corey amongst all the people training?
Yeah, do a perception check.
Cool. So just stand
It's going to be just a average difficulty.
Just going to say, he didn't look very intimidating then, apparently, Rennie.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are doing well.
You do not see Corey. Is that because he wasn't there, or is it because you're blind?
Yeah.
Or the blood in his eyes.
Thomas, can you have a look for Corey, please? Or you can pick me up and I can have another look. It's up to you.
Nah,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
nah.
We can't just keep chaining perception checks until we get a success.
Yeah.
It's not
Thomas likes to pick things up anyway, so.
I feel like
Lixer, who are you searching for?
Corey. The little
Corey!
elf goblin.
Just shout him. We got a giant to shout him.
People look around at you. None of them are Corey.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking for a guy named Corey. Do you know him?
It's one of the sergeants shouts to all of his troops to get their attention back. A few of them are looking a bit scared, like, what is this guy? None of them look like they recognize the name Corey.
Oh, I know.
Was his name even Corey?
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, he was definitely a drunk, so we should head over to that dingy place, because he's probably there. He looked a bit
You always assume Corey's a drunk.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even know what he was, like a goblin. He was some kind of weird, creepy goblin that just followed us around. I assume he's got ulterior motives.
I think there's plenty of guards outside that fancy building. I fancy going to speak to the guards outside the fancy building.
I mean, you can do what you want, mate.
You're definitely going wherever you go together. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we're looking for Corey because he's our only friend.
Yep.
When we can't find him, maybe we just have to make new friends.
Maybe we can be friends.
Can we all hug it out now? I mean, obviously, I think
it's just like a very liberal hug between an elf, a pebble, a giant. All the Saurian all the Sanctum guards are looking at us going, "The fucking Jesus going on here?"
I think we're now officially a study group, right?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Come on then, group vote. Where are we going?
I vote for the dingy bar.
I reckon the pub.
The pub?
We
Let's
don't even
go
know
to
if
the
it is a pub, but there's just some delinquents outside, so.
Big guy, where you fancy going? Wherever you're going, I'm going.
I go where you are.
The big guy doesn't look like that.
Let's go to the
pub.
Okay.
Let's go to the mall.
So it's the standard RPG. You guys are all going to the tavern.
We're going to the tavern we're gonna get an adventure. We're gonna get hired by somebody for the pub.
I mean,
So you get your first quest?
All of my adventures start at let's go to the pub.
Hey everyone, just one though, eh?
Yeah.
We only want one. We're only going for one. A quick half.
I assume Hyan's getting around, right?
So you all start walking towards the what looks like a tavern. While you're on the way, you're walking down between the barracks, and in front of you there is a massive, it's like a retinue of people, but in the middle there is like a giant golden spirit. He's encased in like massive silver armor, trimmed in gold. Flowing from his back is like a large blue cape. And you can see like either side of you, people like stop training and they start looking over at him and start gaping with awe and fear. Does someone want to do a perception check for me?
Yeah, I'll do it. It looks like Superman, so.
Looks like Vision.
Yeah. Perception, you say?
Yep. And it's just an average check.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've passed one. Nice.
Yeah, it's a success. You hear, overhear some people whispering under their breath and talking about who this being is, and the name that you hear is Lord Golgotha. Or Golgotha.
Lord will go home.
So it's Lord Golgotha, and he is currently walking towards you. Oh, sorry?
I said I understand the reference.
I should hope so.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
And he's surrounded by troops, and he's just walking towards you at the moment. Well, he's walking down the same street that you guys are walking the opposite direction on. He is probably a hair taller than Taunus, to get you an idea of how big this guy is.
Oh, shit.
And obviously, he's a spirit. Encased in armor. You guys all know what he looks like. Right now, I'd have a picture, but I definitely didn't prepare a picture.
Oh dear, Steve.
So I assume this is our next enemy that we have to fight, right? So we've got Steve. And I assume the next person is just like an Archon or something. We just fight an Archon. Cool. Yeah.
So,
I'm going to
looks-
stand behind Taunus immediately. I'm just going to be like, I'm already injured. My pride has been severely damaged after last.
Yeah, maybe by now it should have knocked you down a peg and realised we don't fight everything we see.
Yeah, just in case it doesn't look like a person that we want to mess with.
Yeah. I just sort of look at everybody and go, everybody, just be cool.
Yeah.
Just be cool.
Okay, so they're still walking towards you. You guys are just stood still in the middle of the street, and you got this guy walking towards you. What do you do next?
I'd sort of walk up to him just very, very quaintly, like I did with the guy outside the barracks, and just sort of start just asking because, hey, you look important. Can you you know by chance why we're here?
So he just doesn't acknowledge you.
Hey!
You guys
Hey,
are
big lad.
not important to him, but the guards obviously stop you. So there are guards around him, and they put a hand on your chest and push you back a bit. And they're just like, "Who do you guys think you are?"
We don't know
Hey,
who we are.
you are too small to speak with somebody like that.
He looks up at you, and then he looks behind at Golgotha, and he's just like, "I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay."
Excuse me, guards. Who is that?
That is our Lord Golgotha.
So he is like your leader? Is
No,
he's a
but
clan leader?
he's not our leader, but he is very important to this army.
Who
I'm
is your
surprised you
leader?
guys haven't heard of him.
Yeah, of course.
He's pretty much single-handedly won the last few vault battles that we have had. But obviously he has his important, and then he laughs under his breath, team around him during battles.
Do you realise
Ah.
by you how long it's just taken you to tell us that? He could have told us what we were doing here.
As you
You ignorant fucker. Totally
please,
ignorant.
please excuse
I
the
thought we
behavior
weren't.
of my friend. As you might know, we are really important too, because we are the strongest fighters here. So what we were asking us is, where do we have to go to participate in the fight?
You guys won't be needed for the fight until the actual day of the fight. Until then, do whatever you want. Make the most of it. Live your life for what much left is you've got.
Let's get drunk.
Yeah. We just go to the tavern. Fuck this guy. We don't
So
need him.
just give Golgotha the stink eye and walk past him.
Good, 'cause he keeps on walking. He
I'm-
hasn't got time for someone
I'm
like you.
definitely gonna run drunkenly back and try and fight him. That's for another day.
That's another day.
As we walk past him, I sort of turn around behind him, just sort of, and then turn around.
Guys, I
and carry-
don't like it here.
turn around and
We
carry
should
on.
leave.
Carl, could you do a stealth check for me, please?
Can I do a stealth check? I did do it very stealthily. I did it. I'm
We want to see if you get away with it or not.
gonna get away with it. Stealth. There we are.
Average difficulty.
Oh, hang on. I think I've still got a boost dice on. Yeah, I'll take that off. Average difficulty stealth check.
Okay, no one notices. You're safe for now.
I'll do it again.
And,
It feels like yeah, let's not get into battle with this guy and then bleeding after. It's like
So Golgotha and his retinue walk away. But you feel like you've gleaned a little bit of information by the way that the guards talk to you.
Yeah.
So you're still now heading towards the tavern.
So there's a team. He has a team around him.
There's a team.
A team.
they are bodyguards.
Mm.
Are there any guards in front of the tavern, or can we just walk straight through?
Yeah.
That you can keep walking now. No one in guard uniform or anyone that looks like they're part of Sanctum or anywhere near this tavern.
I suggest that me and Tornis check out the place first, so we go in
You're
first.
going nowhere near it. You're covered in blood and nearly dead.
I mean, we don't know what's in there. Maybe Steve is like having a after work, drink.
Steve is bigger than the tavern.
Yeah.
Just remind you of what you thought last week.
Steve is actually the tavern. He just
Where's Pebblesaurus and all this? I think we send him in.
Yeah, where is Pebblesaurus?
Let's throw the pebble.
Right, Ollie?
Are we? I'm following along. Are we going to the pub?
yeah.
pretty much. Well,
I
you're
was
still,
suggesting someone go in first.
so you stood in front of the pub. Obviously, you can see a few things at the minute. You got just drunken idiots outside.
I opened the door.
And above the door, you can see that this is called the Beggars Barrel.
The Beggars Barrel. Okay. I think we should go inside and ask the barkeeper for a quest.
So yeah,
Maybe we find our friend,
Corny.
Corey,
Kevin.
Corny, yes.
Evan, yeah.
So yeah, I walk in. Yeah, Hyam walks in.
Yep, you walk in.
Yeah, we all collectively, head on in.
Yep. So you walk inside, and it's pretty much inside is a very stereotypical tavern. It's filled with creatures of all races. At a nearby table, so right near the door, you can see 4 little elves sat around the table, cackling and rolling dice, and they're pretty much just like throwing ambits at each other all around the table to each other. You assume there's some kind of game going on, but none of you know it. There's obviously the barkeeper at the front of the tavern, selling ambrew and whatever else kind of thing people drink in Keyforge. There's your stereotypical shady looking hooded character. He's in a large purple robe.
He's smoking a big pipe.
It's hard to see his face, and and therefore it's like difficult to distinguish his race. And he's got like a big gold exclamation mark above his head, as if he's got.
Okay, so we
Yeah, I think if nobody's realised, I think there's a reference there.
I think the problem is find the reference. I mean, there are so many that.
That even wasn't one. That just turned out. I was like describing it. I was like, does he have a quest?
Yeah.
And then sat in the corner with his hood up and smoking a pipe is a big Brobnar giant. But you can see he's pretty much on edge. And as soon as Tornus walked in, he started eyeing him up like, mate, I could take you.
So I'm going to do something. So with those embits that I got, I'm going to walk up to the bar and ask the barkeeper how much a beer is, an ambrew. 1 ambrew.
Yeah, I definitely researched that before this, and I'm all prepared.
You didn't think I'd go to the bar?
No, to be fair, it doesn't really give him much on.
Hyam, can you order 5 for me?
Well, I've got the intention.
I'm short on money,
The intention is to buy one for everybody with the money I've just found, and then maybe people will be a bit more receptive to speaking to us.
So amber will be So we'll go with about 3 ambits per.
Yeah.
Each.
Yeah, I'll go to the bar and I'll say yeah, barman. We've got no idea why we're here. Why have I gone Irish? I've gone to the other side of Peaky Blinders. I've totally lost that accent. So yeah, we've got no idea why we're here. But I want to buy everybody a drink in the bar. I'm Irish. I'm sticking by Irish. Okay. I'll do it in English.
Everyone in the bar.
Everyone in the bar.
I only described a few people.
How many people are in the bar?
We'll go with 18.
That's what, 54. Yeah, all right.
Oh, it's 21.
21. You know what? Yeah.
Just buy for the people that matter.
Yes, buy for the people that matter. Yeah.
So there's the 4 elves.
I want to buy a bar for all the important people. There we go. I've got it back. Yes.
So there's 4 elves. There's the giant. There is the shady-looking character that you don't know. The race of.
and then the exclamation mark.
Are you
But
buying
he
us?
is the exclamation mark.
Thanks too.
Oh,
He
okay,
hasn't
cool.
actually got an exclamation. So that you've got the so there's shady-looking guy. There's big Brobnar giant, clearly spoiling for a fight. And then there's the 4 elves at the table who are clearly playing some kind of gambling game.
Then
Are you also
then there's
buying
me.
us?
Then there's me. Then there's. Do any of you guys not drink? Me.
To be honest, I don't know if the small rock can drink.
I'll take one. I'll
Yeah,
take
gotta be it.
just
You only have to pay 1 amber for Pebble Soil.
just spill it over him.
You spill it over exactly like.
So it's
Just drop them in the pint.
so
Swimming
it's
in.
10 beers for everybody, and then 5 beers for Taunus. So 15 beers.
Okay, that's 45 ambits,
I'm
mate.
fine with that. I'm fine with it.
It's not yours. Of course you're fine.
Taunus has just got 5 beers. Here, Taunus, this is for you if you go and fight the big guy in the corner.
I try. I promise.
So yeah, just rock 45 amber for. Just remember, I bought the first round, boys.
As far as I remember, you first fight, then you offer a drink to everyone.
So you realize when you get the beer that it's pretty watered down. Obviously, they don't want to get people getting too drunk, and that's definitely not because I've just found where it says it's 60 per amber. So it's fine.
60? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's an officer's mess, isn't it? It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. No, this isn't an officer's mess. This is a yeah.
So I drink 3 of my Ambrose in 4 seconds, and then I will walk to the giant.
There's my. There we go. So,
Okay, so from consuming the amber, you can heal a strain. None of you have any because you've all just woken up. And as a group, you can choose to add 1 bonus dice to any discipline checks until you leave this bar. So normally you would all get 1, but because it's slow watered down, you get to choose 1, and one of you will add it to the situation. So what's your plan, guys?
Tornos is already going
Yeah,
over.
I drink
the jam.
3 of my beers in
Yep.
a few seconds, like this, and then I will walk to the giant.
Can you do that again?
Ah, no.
So you walk over to the giant. Is anyone coming with you?
Nope.
Nah, I'm saying.
I'm
Hello,
looking
my name is
from afar.
Taunus.
Okay, so the giant starts eyeing up his battle axe next to him, and he's like, "Oh, I was hoping you would come over, big guy." What do you think?
Just a quick question. What are you doing here? You don't look like a man who gets caught easily.
Caught? I wasn't caught. I came as a volunteer. I'm here to prove my worth in this army. This is one of the greatest armies to ever assemble. Why would I not want to be here?
Ah, okay. And why are you standing here then?
I'm
Why
having
are you
a
not fighting?
fight. The fight.
Are you scared?
Whoa.
You just hear
Get angry, mate.
Hyan in the background go, oh!
I unholster my pistol immediately.
So he's just like, are you actually wanting to fight? Throw down right here.
I don't want to hurt my friends, you know.
What are you fighting me for?
He's like, oh. You see all those weak humans out there, they're practicing ready for the battle. The battle's not for a while, and I don't need any more practice. I'm ready.
Ah.
I like how we're all just watching, hoping.
I can't wait to see you fight then. Maybe I will allow you to join my clan sooner
No,
or later.
Steve's broken.
Has he gone?
Steve's broken.
Steve's turned into an image. He's dead. You were that terrifying, Rene. He's just Steve shit himself.
He's got he just hide. Do you get any experience because we defeated the Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, we defeated Steve.
This is now my show. Steve's gonna have to pick up with Hyan Marker.
You can try doing all your accents.
I'm gonna have to try and do a different accent each week because this one's going really well.
Be Scottish in half an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know when Irish.
So how much experience did we get?
So we just killed
defeated
we just killed the Brobnar guy.
And we killed
We killed the barkeeper.
Lord Golgotha,
you.
actually.
The barkeeper.
Yeah,
the
everyone in the tavern's dead.
We found Corey, set him on fire.
You've just said, I got the bit where you said that you were looking forward to seeing him fight.
Yes, and I said that when he is, if you fight well, you can join my clan sooner or later.
Your clan? Who are you? Who are you to be like to have your own clan?
Oh, don't ask him that. He doesn't know.
I have a clan, you know, but
Tell me, who are they? I know.
we are
many
many warriors, and we look like giants.
Yeah, what's your name? I might have heard of you. I know what I make it a point to know all the big giant clans to know which one will be worthy of having me in their ranks.
Yeah, we are kind of new to the scene.
From
don't have a name
afar, from afar, I'm turning to the other guys and say, "He looks like a really intelligent and interesting conversation between those two."
They just get just loads of grunts and Tell us more about your clan.
Well, as you might notice, I'm really strong, and my men in the clan are also strong. But I don't want to disturb you anymore. I will just go to my friends if it's okay for you.
You're with those guys?
Yeah, kind of.
I've heard of those guys. They're the idiots that attacked the HR office.
I will just turn around with a red head and
He starts like proper like booming laugh.
and when I come back to the others, I will say, "Ha! Yes, respect."
I'll take the other 2 beers that you didn't drink and take them away from you. Look at disgust and shake my head at you. Take the beers away.
He will not make any problems, promise.
Look, I have an idea, guys. I think that we should really go to speak with that weird guy with a strange arrow on his head.
I actually have a question for him. So I'm just gonna take the initiative and walk up to him, and I'm gonna be like, yo, where can I get
Yo,
Yo, what's
typical Martian. Yo.
I'm like, yo, what's up?
I've got a top knot.
So
It's like
first thing,
scrolling in. I've got some real Martian swagger going on.
the first thing, who's coming
I'm
with
like
him?
walking up to him.
So who's going with him?
I
I'm
grab Pebblesaurus on my way up.
No choice in the matter.
I'm just like swipe him up. I've also got my Ambro in the other hand, Pebblesaurus in one hand.
And I'm behind him, so we are going towards him.
And as you 3 walk away, then I slide one of the other beers back in front of Taunus while no one's looking.
And I'm gonna be like, yo, where can I get some real firepower around here? I know we're going into battle, and I need something big.
So you're just straight up not even introducing yourself. You're like, so he just looks at you.
It looks shady enough to have a firepower.
I mean, I assume he knows what I'm talking about. He looks like the kind of guy that's seen a few things.
So like piercing red eyes just like stare at you from underneath the hood, and he hisses like a tss. Why do you approach us?
Punctured him.
I just do one thing that I just approach him and go and double tap him on the head.
So like in front of him, like 3 lines pop up, and he's like, what do you want to say? And he talks like this.
I think we've destroyed this World of Warcraft reference.
Yeah. No, sorry, it was a joke. It was a joke. So yeah, he just asked the.
Why do you approach us?
Why?
Do you want to jump in and help me out here?
I gonna say something. So, hi. We are actually new here. We just arrived yesterday, and we would like to, get more information. What's going on?
Yes, I know who you are.
Yeah, it looks like we are recognized by everyone, like the idiot that fight HR now.
And we're famous. I make a name for myself wherever I go.
Yeah, so now you're closer. You can see beneath the hood, he's got like a snake-like face with green scales, and there's a tongue darting between his teeth. And because you're asking him a question, you can do a negotiation check for me, please.
Okay.
And then you can remind me what you actually asked.
I just asked more information about the place, so
Yep.
not much. Negotiation, you say?
Yep, and it's just an average check.
That's gonna be. I'm not really good in negotiation. I'm good in coercion, but not in negotiation.
I don't think you're going to coerce this snake. No, you.
Yeah.
So you got an advantage, which is good. So he's a bit like held back. He's obviously not going to tell you everything. But you've asked him simple questions like we're on the, and he's like, I'm not going to keep doing the black thing, but we're on the brink of battle. And you guys have an important purpose to do, and if you are to find out what that is, I know, but you'll have to do something for me.
We already got told what the purpose
Like
was.
a quest.
Well, what's your purpose? Fodder, yeah, pretty much.
All right. What do you need us to do?
And what's more for us?
I can promise you information. I am a simple merchant from afar, and I need someone to help me with a task.
No money?
It depends. I give you the option. Either I give you riches or I give you answers.
I really wish I went over.
I mean, yeah, me and Zara, I mean, pretty much just the two psychopaths that just want to kill everything.
I'm really masking it really well, but yeah.
I mean, you've still got the opportunity to walk over. There's still mid-conversation.
No, I don't think I would. I think I'd stay where I am.
Okay, so what do we need to do for you? Really not shady guy.
So he produces a vial from out of his cloak, and it's filled with an off-white liquid. And he says, "Soon a brother of mine will arrive at the desert gate. I need someone to get this vial to him." And
wait, you say that he took a vial from under his cloak?
Under his cloak.
And okay.
And yeah, so soon a brother of mine will arrive at the desert gate. I need someone to get this vial to him. I will pay you in information or in ambits, whatever your poison.
We have to choose now. Or choose.
No, later. We can choose. I imagine. It's not.
Cool. All right.
Hey, hey, Martian, please pick up that vial for me.
I'm just gonna grab it by either end and just, put it in a very, very secure pocket of mine.
Yep. So as you take it, he reaches out his hand and grabs you, and you can see he's got like a reptilian claw hand, and he says, "Whatever you do, do not drink it."
Don't press that big red button.
I'm so glad I went to the Martian because someone's gonna drink it.
I went to the Martian. Go give this to Tornus.
I'm not letting Tornus anywhere near this. I'm not even going to tell him. I'm not even going to tell him about the quest. Fuck it. He can just stay. He can
don't know
stay
yet.
at the bar for the next 6 hours.
So
okay, cool.
I turn to the Martian and I say, I think we can convince the other to help us. But maybe we can avoid to share that we have this quest. What do you think?
What was the
I immediately just walk up to Heimerk and I throw in the vial. I'm like, this guy's going to tell us some information, but we need to.
Stefano, I was gonna fuck you up if you kept that from us. You were gonna ruin your day.
I saw Steve just being like, "Oh, for God's sake, they're gonna break up the party again."
So we're gonna go this way. No, we're gonna go this way.
We've got to go deliver this to this creepy dude's friend.
Brother.
So I'm gonna I want to ask the guys some more questions first because I want to see what we're getting ourselves into. So I sort of take it off you, but walk past you and go and sit in front of him.
Okay.
And I say, so yeah, these guys have just filled me in on what you're expecting us to do. Just a few questions from our part. Are people going to be trying to stop us doing this, or is this something that we're going to see no issue getting to the gate?
You've been to the gate before. It is where you're right.
Yeah, but if not with a creamy white vial of spunk.
I suggest you keep it hidden. I'd rather it didn't fall into the wrong hands.
Who would be the wrong hands?
He looks around. Everyone.
But we're the right hands, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. What does your brother look like?
He looks at himself like he'll be easy to recognize.
Well, you never know.
Liberal
liberal times and all that.
I'm still obviously just holding Pebblesaurus in my hand. I forgot he was there, but I'm now going to look at him and say, "Do you recognize this guy?"
No.
I mean, you might recognize him. You can
There's
do
the first word Ollie said all
Ollie, you get to roll your first dice.
It's taken him 47 minutes, but he said no.
Ollie, you can do a knowledge of culture check.
Oh, yes, nice.
Because you do know shit.
He knows him.
We should just ask Ollie everything, not Steve. Steve doesn't know shit.
Cool.
So, Ollie, you have never met something of this race before, but because of your old age and the fact that you've been around for so long, you have heard of them. They are one of the most devious races. No one knows where they come from, but usually in times of strife or conflict, they'll be there to try and find an advantage or to try and to make the most of the situation to further their own cause, but no one knows what that cause is.
Okay.
So
How should we call them?
No one knows what they're called. Snakies.
So does Ollie think? I mean, you can answer this. If they are kind of like sneaky, conniving people, are they on the side of the army that we're in, or are they fighting against the army? And he's kind of like infiltrated the army. What do we think? Because if that's the case, we could be aiding effectively a terrorist.
Wow, I got that.
Inside of this camp, which could end pretty. I mean, like I'm down for it.
I don't care.
A terrorist. I mean, attacking HR.
Well, I think so. So we're having. Let's say we're having this conversation by the bar, if we're going to do it or not.
Yeah.
And so I think that nobody else is going to tell us what we need to know of why we're here. This guy.
Aren't we terrorists?
Are we? Well, maybe we're the terrorist. It's one man's terrorist.
We're the bad guys.
One man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter.
Exactly. It's all about perspective.
So,
I mean, I don't care. I would really like to help everyone. But you know, I just want to gain information and money.
This is the only guy who's told us that he knows why we're here. So I'm up.
Well, he didn't tell us anything actually.
No, he told us that he would tell us.
Do you believe him?
You don't know that.
Yeah.
Only Zion clicks on knows that. But
No. He come back and told me.
Yeah, I told Hyan that we're gonna give this guy to his bro for some information. Cool. I'm pretty ready to go.
I do have a disguise kit as well, so I might if people are starting to recognize us for being the idiots that attacked HR, maybe I might get closer to the gate if I didn't look quite as much as Hyan does.
we could also tie the vial to Ollie, and have him like sneak up.
I'm sure that vial is double the size of me.
And I don't
How
think you've
can
got
you even
anything we
hold
can.
it?
You ain't got anything we can knot a rope onto. So.
Why don't we sellotape to Ollie and then throw it?
So I've gone. I've walked out the bar.
But I'm just
Walked
trying
out
to be
the bar.
helpful here. I'm just trying to...
No, walked out the bar, left him talking about sellotape. And I'm
Yeah, all
walking,
of you
and
are gone, and I'm just like coming up with crazy ideas. I've got like a napkin and a crayon, and I just like I've drawn a catapult, and like Tornis is like holding the catapult.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just dictating loads of lies.
I've walked towards the gate.
Let's have a little just a run around. So, Tornis, are you happy with where everyone is and what's going on?
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
I think I
We
will
have
follow
left the elves. Actually, we've left nobody's spoken to the elves yet.
So they're
We'll
still
come
playing their game. You see
Yeah.
them, they're excited, laughing. You can see one of them actually keeps on eyeing you up, like, oh, there's one of our kin. What
Yeah.
up, dog?
I just walk up to him and high five him.
Yeah, he's pissed out of his skull, so he he is having a swell time, and he thinks you're just one of the other three elves because you're all the same. Racist.
Oh, I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but maybe steal all their shit.
I was thinking about it, but no, I think we've got more pressing things to do. I need the information. I want the information of why we're here.
Yeah, and also we realized that there are people playing Keyforge on the tables, and
Breaking that fourth wall.
Is Keyforge like the Gwent of this world?
kind of.
They're all actually sat there playing.
battles are,
They're all sat there
Can we
playing.
just spend the entire campaign playing?
Yeah, exactly. You just sit down and just play
Yeah.
Keyforge, and that's it.
They're all actually there playing magic. What?
So, Hyan, the elf, it looks really excitable at you that you're here, and he's just like, come, join, play the game with us, play the game.
Nah, mate. No. No, I've got a really important task. I'm a bit busy.
Haha, okay, and he just keeps drinking, and they keep playing, rolling dice, drinking.
Oh, they're like two of my favourite things.
Dice are forbidden.
Rolling dice.
Dice is unforbidden.
That's why we play in this bar, not the one down the road.
No, we don't like dice. No, I'm gonna leave him alone. I don't fancy it. We've got a pressing task at hand, and there's information at stake.
Guys, we need to reach the gate.
I mean, you've turned up at a tavern. You're not even sitting there playing games. Okay, so you all go outside.
Steve really wants us to play with this elf.
No, you don't. He does fuck all. Just wanted to waste a few more hours. So you guys go outside. Where are you going?
I'm walking towards the gate.
Towards the gate.
Can we see the gate from where we are? Or is Steve in the way?
There is obviously the massive building, which is Steve. You can see there's like a crane next to it where people are doing some renovation work. No one knows why. Everyone knows why. It was you guys.
I smoked myself very proudly that I caught all of that chaos.
You can see there's obviously so where you are, you've got the like the tavern that you guys are at. Behind you is where you've come from, which is you guys' barracks, and therefore the outskirts of the other side of the base. So then in the middle, you've got a massive tent, and then you've got some more barracks either side, and you've got then the fancy building with the arch over it with the people outside. Then it looks like you've got like some market stalls, and then you know that past that, but you can't quite see it, is the gate.
Oh, there's so much I want to do.
I reckon we should go to the market.
Yeah, we should pass through the market on our way to the barracks, just in case we need to pick up some supplies or whatever.
You just need a slingshot so you can follow that.
I mean, I could build one.
Now that we are outside, and the really nice and shady guy is not nearby, should we report this to Siri?
Grass him up.
Swap.
I mean, none of us here are Sanctum. What kind of people do you think we are?
Yeah, but since they are the one that keep us here hostage.
Oh, you mean the ones that kidnapped us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not down.
I would prefer to be a terrorist than.
I don't like Sarah anymore. She was not kind yesterday.
No.
Yeah, she was pretty mean to Tornes, so.
Yeah, she demoted you.
That was Just a joke.
I'm gonna pat Tornus like on the waist because I can't quite reach any higher. Just kind of like reassure him that everything's okay because he looked quite emotional.
Could you do a aim check for me? See if you
Just see if you touch his cock.
Like,
see how friendly Tornus actually is.
As you
I don't
touch him,
want to
it
get that
just
friendly. with
splat.
him.
Get Martin dead again.
Okay, so you heading down?
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah,
walking.
so are we gonna
towards
head through? Are we gonna head through the market?
If
then?
we've got to go through the market to get to the
Yeah,
thing, we might
pretty
as
much.
well walk through the market.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to the market and you've got obviously these people aren't part of the army. This is just like external people have come in, and there's different stalls set up, like food on a few of them, some barrels on another, and then there's a few others that have just got some odd little trinkets on their table. Mostly probably just stuff that people have found in the nearby area and have now brought it to the army, trying to flog it off.
Cool. Can I have a look for a kind of like a weaponsmith or someone that has like some scrap metal or any form of like useful stuff I could use to build weapons or armor or stuff like that?
So there is someone that's got a few like weapons laid out. Well, makeshift weapons mostly. So like a few shivs, some clubs and stuff like that.
But no like technological based.
Good army.
Like
It's a good army.
No,
Like,
because
no
obviously
guns or anything like that.
they all get their arms from the actual quartermasters. And this is just people trying to sell it, probably to people's loved ones or souvenirs to take home.
Is there any like herbologist or like people who sell medicines? Like,
Yes, there is. There is someone that's got some herbs out on the table. Let's go over to those.
yeah, I'll definitely go over there.
I'm actually I'm staying behind the group that I see that they are going around, and I look around like with a bit of checking around what's happening, and I actually use my telekinesis power without anyone see me to steal an apple.
I mean, okay. You're going to do for that a skullduggery check, and you're going to add a setback dice because using telekinesis isn't very accurate. So obviously, you're going to have some difficulty trying to steal this with telekinesis rather than just your hands.
And plus, you're using telekinesis to steal an apple.
That means you work for him.
You get an apple. So you get an apple. You can consume that.
I was actually the apple was more like a pre-test to see if my power are still there, and I wanted to do something like small because I don't want to gain attention over it. So the other member of the team, they don't know that I have these type of powers, so I still want to keep it kind of under the radar.
Right, does everyone want to do a perception check then? It's
I
going to
already make a plan how to escape prison, just in case.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard check because he was pretty good with it. So that's 3 difficulty dice.
Cool. Yep.
Perception, yeah.
Yep. So Papasaurus failed. Tornus failed. Highenmerker
Killed it.
Zar, you know that he's done. Like that he saw you. And then Clixel failed it. So Hyen knows. Zar, you know that he knows because of that threat. And yeah, no one else knows. No one else spotted.
Yeah. So
to be fair, like Carl Hyen, you saw that Zar obviously did something, and then the apple flew into his hand, and he caught it. You don't understand what he did.
Right.
You wouldn't be like, he used telekinesis, but you wouldn't be like, how the hell did that apple just fly
he can do
into your hand?
some crazy stuff. Yeah, all right. I'm not going to say anything. I'll keep it to myself.
Ollie, did you want to talk to this
Yeah,
herbologist?
I'm gonna talk to this merchant.
I'm just going to set you down on the table.
Actually, before that happens, did Zaya did he see me see him?
Yes, I knows that
Okay.
you saw.
So I sort of look at him and just wink. Yeah, just as in like remember.
I just look straight at the high end, and I'm like, just smudging my apple.
touch my nose. They're like, yep. You just remember. I've kept that quiet.
Okay, so yeah, you get to this herbologist. She's just there peddling her wares. She's got a few things for sale. If you wanted to get some herbs together, it would cost you. Well, obviously she's going to tell you properly, but in order to get enough herbs to make something that could heal someone, you're looking at about 25 ambits.
Okay.
How do I see how many amberts I have?
It's on your character.
It should be on your character sheet. You rolled it.
Yeah, it should be under money, under character.
Character sheet or character info. Okay, so I'm gonna ask this merchant, what types of herbs are these?
You have to make me come up with some random names, aren't you?
Called amber.
She says some random words in different languages that you don't understand,
Mhm.
because none of you have a universal translator.
Oh,
But
Jeez.
you can. It's clear to you that
will heal.
they are healing herbs.
Okay. So I'm just gonna buy some. So I got 76 ambits.
How much do you want to buy?
Mhm. I'm gonna buy two
Two lots. Yep. So she looks at you greedily, and
Oh, actually, yeah, good. Maybe I can haggle her down.
yeah, if you want to haggle.
Yeah.
How do we haggle in this game?
I'm just stood in awe of watching a pebble haggle from one that is speaking completely different
Merchants have
language.
seen many things.
I mean, I can take them for free.
You can steal the rest.
You can take them for free, Carl. They are encumbrance 0, so that would come under your little
Under
thing.
street habits.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, I can't because you're haggling now. I can't exactly walk up and go.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna
Steal
take
them
them.
now.
Street
yeah.
habits.
Pebble-saurus, do you want to do a social skill check? You can either do a negotiation if you want to literally just haggle them down, or you could do a deception if you want to try and convince her that they're worth less than what they actually are.
I'm going to go for a deception.
Okay. Do a average deception check for me then, please.
Ah, shit.
So you failed, but you didn't get any threat, so she just like, no, 25.
Oh my god. Oh.
Well, it's already started.
That was not that bad. That was.
The fact you have to say it was not that
So
bad.
it's going downhill from here. I say no and then go straight to high marker.
So you didn't buy them?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. So what I'm gonna say, I'm just trying to think of a better. So I can't just say I'm gonna use street habits. I'm gonna send him back once more to try and haggle him while he distracts her attention. Maybe go and have my way with those herbs.
Okay. You gonna go back, Pebble-saurus?
Yep, I'm gonna distract her.
Yeah. What are you gonna say to her?
I'm going to
offer him less.
I'm going to suggest I'm going to trade this giant here for you.
Okay. Do a deception average check.
I'm flexing.
Okay.
He pulls his rotary cuff.
Okay, so she is like just engrossed in conversation with you, and she's like you want to give me a giant, but because you rolled 2 threats, she's also just a bit like she just remembered that she'd heard about a band of people that have come into camp and attacked the HR office. So she's a bit like, yeah, I don't want to buy that giant.
Sounds like more hassle than he's worth.
And while that's going on, Merker steals a satchel of herbs, and you can now add one healing herb satchel to your thing, and that will work the exact same way as a heal X tab.
Yep. So I'm gonna give that to Pebblesaurus, and I'm gonna wink at him as well, and just as well. I've got that. Starting a tab, starting a tally of people that owe me shit.
So if you want to add either healing thing, or you could even call it a heal X tab, it's not going to matter. You've literally just got a way of healing someone with 5 damage.
Guys, I'm bored.
Tornos. Sorry. Tornos! For a moment there, I lost my voice. Did you find any good weapon around?
I have the best weapon around, and I start swinging my rocket hammer.
Taunus, could you do a discipline check for me, please?
Yeah.
Average difficulty.
We could give you. I think we've got to give him the beneficial dice from the Ambrew for the discipline check.
Yeah.
He's still. I mean, he drank 3 or 4.
He drank 3, so he's still drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely got. I think you get the. You've got
Got a little bit of wobbles on him.
the boost die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a boost dice.
Okay.
And then you piss, so 5 setback. No.
So you're gonna swing this hammer and just take out market stalls everywhere.
Nice.
Okay, so
luckily we gave the boost.
So you didn't lose your cool. Your boredom. Essentially, you've managed to get it back under control from swinging your hammer around, so you didn't decide to go over and break anything. But you got a couple of advantages as well. So
Quite impressive, huh?
So from doing that, pretty much everyone around is now like, "Oh, this guy's he's pretty cool. He's showing off." So you're going to get a if you wanted to do any more checks in this area, you're going to get a bonus dice to any either intimidation checks or like negotiation checks, because people are like,
I go back to that merchant and go, "Are you sure you don't want to buy it?"
Tornos, you will make a fantastic cheerleader. You have the skills.
Nah, I don't think so.
I think at this point I'm just start walking towards the gate and see.
I'm following.
Yeah.
Can Taunus see the? So obviously we're looking for. Is it a new group of people coming in that this? I assume the snake lizard man was talking about someone arriving. So I assume Taunus can maybe see some of the carts near the gate and something.
So you can all see the gate ahead now, because you're in the marketplace, and then you've got Steve to the right, and then a few more tents in front of you, and then the gate is there in front of you.
Cool.
And in front of the gate. Okay, yeah. So in front of the gate, there's nothing there at the moment.
So we're still waiting for it to turn up.
Essentially, the guard still sat there at the. So he stood in the gatehouse next to it. Obviously, before you saw him up on top of the rampart, but now he's actually stood inside the actual gatehouse, facing out towards you as if he's waiting for something.
I have just come up with an incredible idea.
Yep.
So I'm gonna gather everyone around. Like, yo.
Like a team huddle.
Yeah, a little team huddle. Like, yo, we need to take out a few guards. And, listen to me. Put on their armor, because they're not gonna let us just walk up to the car and start handing shit to people. They might be taken here against their will, like me. So we need to be able to blend in.
None of us are human size.
We can be small humans, small green humans, a rock human, a giant human, an elf human.
I have a better idea. You go and distract the guards.
Okay.
You're good at taking punches.
Okay, I want Taunus to come along with me, because I'm still a little bit injured.
He soon changed his tune in an episode,
one little stab from Steve, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, I'll be a bit more bit cautious."
Okay, cool. Yo, Taunus, let's go.
Wait, the little Pebblesaurus was trying to say something.
Was I?
I think Taunus is the distraction again for 2 episodes in a row. I'm the distraction.
We can stage a fight or something, or we can actually just fight if you want.
Someone could just jump in front of the cart and just pretend to do like an insurance game.
If Tornus jumps in front of it, the cart will hit him. And
So
and
Merker just walks up to the guard again while Clixall's going absolutely bonkers with his wild scheming. Hyan's just going to walk up to the guard and say, "Hey, are you expecting anybody soon?"
So you're over at the guard. I'm like, you're all here talking about carts. I was like, the guy never said cart, did he? So you walk over to the guard, and he's like grunts at you, like he knows of you guys again, because you are well known for like attacking Steve, which was pretty much right in front of him on his watch. So he's pretty much fuming right now. So if you want to talk to him, you're going to have to do a little check for me, which would be so it's one of the social checks. You can either go with negotiation, deception, but depending on which one you go, you're going to tell me what you're actually going to say, like in what way.
I would like to go with that's not the right sheet. Skills, there we go. What am I good at?
What am I good at?
We'll go deception.
Yep.
So I'll say Siri, Sarah, Blind, Blazy Beard, Sarah. You know her name.
Our glorious leader, Sylvia Blessed Blade.
Yeah, Gloria Blessed Blade. That was good. Has sent me because she's expecting somebody to turn up soon, and she sent me to ask you what time they're expected to be here.
So he looks at his watch and he's like, no. He's just like, I just open the gates when I'm told, close the gates when I'm told, and that's it. I don't have a schedule.
But she's told me that there's somebody coming that's really important, and she was expecting you to know when they were going to be here to open the gates.
So while you're talking, you guys hear a horn in the background.
Hold that thought.
And the guard you're talking to, like literally, yells in your face, and he goes, "Open the gates!" And then he looks around and then swears under his breath, and then he scuttles into the gatehouse and starts cranking open the gate.
Yeah, do you want an hand with that?
And yeah, so the gate's opening.
That was a genuine offer, but fuck him.
He was like, this is what I'm best at. Don't you worry.
Opening gates.
That's all I do all day, every day.
Open
Gate, close gate. Open gate, close gate.
Open.
So he's there cranking away, and you hear like rumbling coming from the other side of the gate, and the gate's open, and a carriage comes in pulled by horses. Upon it sits a fat merchant, and he's surrounded with ambits and like loads of different fineries, and he's accompanied by some guards in like standard sanctum armor. None of them look like the race that the like snake-like creature was. That again, you didn't get his name, so I have to keep referring to him as that.
We've got to start asking people their names, haven't we?
And there we go. I prepared this one earlier. There you go.
So I'm not rolling a deception check now.
No, because the guy you were talking and the thing came. So here you go. Here's your big fat merchant with loads of money. So yeah, he's come rolling in. It comes through the gate and it stops while the guards come over, and they are now trying to talk to the guy who's opening the gate, and you're stood in the way. At this point, where is everyone else?
I think, me and Tornus are kind of just like hanging back, scheming, doing our thing. So we're not very far away from High Merker. I assume, unless Tornus is like, nah, you go away, little green alien.
No.
Yeah. So you've got the guard inside the gatehouse. High Merker stood in the doorway. Then you've got 4 of the caravan guards are stood trying to get towards the doorway where the guard is, and then there's one next to the carriage, and then in the carriage is the big fat merchant.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can talk to him discreetly, or is it like he's everyone can see him? He's like made a big entrance.
He's made a big entrance. He's stopped right in the middle of the courtyard, and there's people around. Most people obviously fighting or going about their business, but like they can see that this guy's here, and he's pretty much flaunting his wealth. So
I will ask any person that is around. Do you know that guy?
and they're like, oh, I guess he's just a merchant. They come and they go.
What's his name?
You pick the
Oh,
wrong
because
guy,
he
don't-
looks like he's somebody important.
And I'm like behind it, and I'm saying to myself, okay. After he discard the Sanctum card, capture.
and they're like, oh, I don't know his name, but he looks like some kind of baron.
Okay.
Baron.
Cool. I'm gonna run up to Hayamarka whilst all this commotion's going on. I'm gonna be like, do you think this guy knows the lizard guy? Do you think they're friends? Should we maybe give him the vial, or like maybe even sell it to him, or ask him what maybe he knows some of the information?
I think we should try to sell him the vial.
I think we
he has
should
a lot of amber.
So this guy looked like he was coming through the gate. And if he's coming through the gate, it means he's going to be in the compound. So there's no point to meet him at the gate. So I'm either thinking we're looking for somebody who's not going to get past the gate, or so he would have just been able to get the vial from his brother himself. I don't think it's this guy.
Hmm.
Or if
Well,
it is this guy, let
I
him
mean,
get through the
really-
gate. And when he's through the
If he-
gate, we'll talk to him afterwards.
He said
He's
it was
through the
coming.
gate. He is through the gate, and he's in the courtyard.
Yeah, he's inside now.
Yeah,
He's
it's
inside. Oh, let's just.
And you've got at the minute you've got 4 guards trying to push past you, Hyan, to get to. Well, they don't know who you are really. They might think that you're part of the guard. They've just come over to
Everyone's
speak
in.
to the
Just
guard.
like sneak on in there.
What about we go and we try to speak with this
Yeah, let's try and speak to the. We'll try and speak to the merchant.
and try to gauge if
yeah, try and-
actually he's interested in a vial.
I'll try and drop try and drop little bits of knowledge into him, see if he picks up on them about maybe a scaly brother.
Okay, so you get out of the way, Hyan, and the 4 guards go over to the guy in the thing, and you can see they're exchanging paperwork, and they're just confirming who he is to come in. You all of you walk over to the merchant.
Yes.
Yep.
He looks a bit scared. He's a bit like, obviously his guards are nowhere near him now, so he's a bit like, what's going on here? And you can see he's not used to any kind of conflict. But he pretty much like regards you all with utter disgust anyway, and raises his nose. And at the moment, he's refusing to acknowledge you.
So I'm not going to be subtle in the slightest, but he's not going to know what I mean if I say it and he doesn't understand. I'll say, "Oi, has your brother got scaly hands?" And it means nothing, does it? If he doesn't know, it means nothing. Yeah. Oi, big baron. Yeah, has your brother got scaly hands?
So he like looks down at you, and he's a bit like taken aback, and then he like looks forward again. If you want to do a, I'll learn all these checks one day. Don't worry.
Ian, listen. This is the only person who does not know that we are criminals. Please don't destroy that.
I think we should get into a fight with him as well.
Carl, if you could do a charm check for me, and it's average difficulty, but you can add 1 setback dice because he is human,
I am not very good at charming either. I'm not very charming.
and he is
You
human.
just look-
and
you
you're
just
very
looked
racist.
You just looked at my character sheet to see what I'm crapping at, didn't you?
Well, you're trying to convince a guy to listen to you when he doesn't want to. That is charm.
No.
Also, you're talking about scaly hands, so
I mean, you passed it.
nice.
So he looks at you, and he like, he starts like playing with his hand as if he's thinking about the scaliness, but he's got a glove on, so you can't actually see. And he's dropping coins like this. No. And he's
Scrooge McDuck.
and he's just like, I don't have a brother. I dealt with him.
So let me just check. So I've asked you the specific question. Does your brother have a scaly hand?
And he said, I don't have a brother.
On your way.
So
Why don't we ask him if there's anything we can do for him?
Yeah.
Maybe maybe, if we basically let's just abandon that quest. That one's done. we'll just take the vial. This guy looks like he has some money.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. Let's see if he maybe wants to buy the vial.
I'd be no, the guy. So High End would be quite adamant about this because of he's got the vial and the other guy was going to give information over money, and it literally says in my character sheet, values information over money. So,
Guys, what about your honor?
who's Yana?
We promised the snake.
Yep, we promised. I'm Heinz categorically not even interested in selling the vial.
I agree with John. That's a very honorable alien. I'm like, yeah, we should go find the snake boy.
Pebblesaurus, where are you currently?
I am just with them when they're scheming.
Are you on the floor?
Floating
Are you
around.
hovering? You're in someone's hand? Okay, could you do a perception check for me, please?
Sure.
He's definitely under this big bleeding pillow, isn't he?
He's like, who are you guys talking to? I can't see anything.
Perception, yeah. Just normal, yeah.
It's just an average check. Okay, so you don't actually see anything, but you do hear some kind of faint, like hissing noise, coming from the carriage. But obviously you can't see anything at all.
Okay.
I'm going to try and stealthily climb on this wagon.
But you're not going to tell any of us what you're doing. You're just going for it. Okay.
No,
Good
he's
choice.
going by himself.
Good
Okay.
choice.
So we don't know.
Remember, you have like brain talky stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, brain talk.
Brain talk.
Brain talking.
Brain talky. Yeah.
Sounds like you struggle with that one.
Yeah, you ain't got brain talky stuff.
I don't have brain talky.
You've got mouth flappy stuff.
Okay, so I'm going to get you to do a stealth check for me. It's going to be hard because you're literally in the open space trying to get up onto someone else's carriage. So that's 3 difficulty dice, but you are a tiny little rock and no one's going to be suspecting you, so you can add a bonus dice, okay?
Is that a boost dice, yeah?
Boost dice, yeah.
Cool. And stealth check.
Yep.
8.
Nice.
Okay, you are on the wagon and no one noticed you. From here, you can tell that the hissing has got fainter because of your advantages.
It's got fainter.
As you climbed onto the wagon.
So it's not on the wagon then. Well, I'm gonna check the rest of the wagon, see if there's any sign of him like hiding under anything.
Okay, so you're gonna look around. So yeah, that will be. Is there anything other than perception? Because you are actually like rooting around.
It was annoying me what the Baron's surname was. I can't remember. I had to check.
Benjamin.
Oh, it's fine. Just use the card library.
That's
It's,
exactly what I just did.
type in Baron.
Benjamin.
I definitely did that as well. And then, okay, yeah. So if you just want to do a perception check,
Okay.
Crushed it.
okay, you crushed it. So you pretty much got a good understanding of where everything is on this wagon. There is like a chest of coins and it's overflowing. There's loads of different silks and finies around you. And you can see this guy has too much ambits for his own good. He doesn't really care too much about it. So from the fact that you've got this understanding now of the wagon, you don't see a big human-sized snake lying under anything. But if you wanted to, you've got the option at this point to do a skullduggery check to try and steal some amber from this.
Really good.
For some ambits.
Can he even carry any ambits? Oh yeah, I guess he can.
Yeah,
carry
sorry.
ambits.
We don't think too much about how he does it, but he can carry it.
He has infinite pockets.
Didn't he have that clip-in utility belt?
Yeah, he's got the weird utility boat, which is like weird.
He just has a really deep anus. I don't know if you guys read that part of the character of like the in the book
It's in,
that race.
Oh yeah, let me quick have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's right here next to all those new houses.
Yeah.
right. So,
Spoilers.
So if you want to do it, it'll be a average skullduggery check, like no bonuses, no setbacks. But you can either do that or you can try and stealth off.
I'm gonna try and steal something. Yeah, why not?
Cool. Off you go. You failed.
Womp womp.
You get nothing.
Right.
Luckily, you didn't roll any threats, so no one noticed you. You got away with that.
I'm gonna jump.
You can jump back down, so that's going to be another stealth check for you. This time, because you like no one's going to be expecting you to be on it, you're just going to roll an average difficulty. So that's 2 difficulty dice, and you still get your bonus boost dice. Okay, you are still on it, and you've not been noticed because you're advantage. And I'm just going to jump to other people now. So you guys are now dealing with this merchant with Pebblesaurus stuck on his.
Did we all when we heard the hiss? Did we all hear it?
No, only Pebblesaurus did. He had an advantageous position.
Can we see the Baron's face?
You can see.
We can't see his hands. Okay, so he's definitely human. Yeah, we know that now.
He is definitely human. Yeah, and Hyan knew he was human, which is why he was very racist towards him.
Okay. So I think we should kind of back away from the Baron. He's clearly not very interested in us, and I want to talk to Hyan about using his vibration sensors to see if he can kind of like if there's anyone around that he can talk to.
Yeah, it doesn't really work like that, does it? It's anyone I could talk
Or
to.
is it specific?
It's not so much a sensor; it's me trying to convey a message.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I think I just realized that we lost a pebble.
I'm going to use my silent communication skill to say I heard some hissing behind the merchant or whatever direction.
Okay, it'll be. You could say I heard something. It'll be something like I've heard something important or something like that. Is what you'll be conveying. Who are you going to send that to?
I'll send it to Hyan.
Okay. So now you've got that information, Hyan.
Okay. So I'll ask the Baron again. Maybe I wasn't asking the right question.
Asking about sticky white stuff.
Have you?
Are you interested in sticky white stuff?
Is there a snake on your wagon?
Is there a snake on your? Yeah.
Like really?
Is there anything that you'd not want me to alert the guards to?
Why would he tell you that?
And then wink.
That's your special move, just a wink.
That's the wink.
Yeah.
So he's
Sort of hinting that I know he's probably not all as kosher as he might be.
Okay, so he straight faced says to you, like, no, I'm an honest citizen, and I want you to roll a perception check, please.
I was all right when it was deception. When it's perception.
It's just an average check, but you again have a setback dice because he's.
Are there any guards around right now?
You have the 4 guards behind you that are part of the caravan guard.
Nice.
Oh my god!
Can they hear what we say?
They are a bit out of shot, but there is literally a guard stood next to the Baron that's like looking at you guys, like really?
Okay.
Like he hears everything. Carl, you know he's hiding something. Like he's definitely being. Yeah. But the other 4 guards have now come back because of your threat, and you can see now all the paperwork was in order, so this Baron is now allowed to enter the merchant area. So it looks like they're getting prepared to leave.
As he's starting to walk, he's go away. I'm not expecting him to turn around or anything to say, "Hey, why are you acting so snaky?"
And he's like, I have a business important business.
But now he knows I know. So.
So the okay, so the merchant is starting to pull away from the camp. Pulling away into the camp. At this point, I will let 2 of you make a vigilance check.
I'll do it.
To do it.
I'll do it.
I'm not. I don't think I'm vigilante.
I'm really vigilant. Is one of the characteristics.
I've got good diligence.
Good vigilance.
Normal vigilance with normal difficulty.
So is it going to be Zar and Pebblesaurus?
I've got 3 green dice.
Pebblesaurus is still on the wagon, right?
Pebblesaurus is still on the wagon.
Okay.
Nice. We've got a guy in the infiltrated now.
Yeah, actually, think about it. Pebblesaurus doesn't get to make the vigilance check. He's on the wagon.
Yeah.
So anyone that isn't,
I'm happy to do that.
you guys obviously now know as well that the Pebble is riding around the wagon. So we are splitting the party right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're following that wagon, right? I mean,
so Zar is doing a vigilance check. Who else is doing one?
Yeah, I'll do one as well.
Okay, so both of you just do an average difficulty vigilance, please.
Okay.
Okay, so Zar, yours was a success. Clixel, you got 4 advantages. Interesting. So, so Zar, you hear the hissing sound, and from the bottom of the carriage, you can see a piece of cloth dangling down, as if like it's a piece of clothing falling. So that's the information that you get. And Clixel, congratulations. A bit of ambits fell off of the wagon onto the floor and right at your feet. So if you want to roll a d20 for me, please.
How do I roll do I just put in...
On your top left, there's a symbol of a d20.
Oh, cool.
You just roll.
And then you just click d20. Get out.
Yeah. You get 20 ambits. Add 20
Nice.
ambits to your money.
Cool. Where is my money? Inventory. Character sheet. Here you go.
Cool. So you guys have seen the wagons pulling away with a Pebblesaurus on it. And Zar, you have seen and heard hissing. And you've seen a piece of clothing below it.
Piece of clothing. Is he going towards the market?
Going
the
back towards
wagon?
the merchant area, yep.
Merchant area. I think, I turn to the other guys and say, I have a feeling we should really follow that card.
Do you want to open me the card?
Not for now, big guy. I think we should just follow and see where he's going.
I think it's heist time, guys.
So boring.
Tonus, I think you should go and have a word with that merchant. He's trying to hide things from us. I think maybe he looked a bit scared when we all stepped up to him. I think once his guards have gone, if you can go and say something to him, he might tell us.
You're scared of all of us, and then you're going to send the giant. Seems a bit impractical.
Okay.
He's scared of us. He won't talk to us.
So you see the carriage riding off into the merchant quarters. You can see that obviously where you've got the market area, he's gone into there and he's then turned off to the left. Are you guys following?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's quite a long path all the way down there. We kind of lost track a bit of time, but it's getting like late afternoon now, so the sun is starting to come down, and you are walking towards them. As you turn like down this pathway, you can see that ahead there's actually like a little walled off area. It's just like little like low wooden fences, but obviously people have put these up to say, look, this is our area, stay out. And the carriage is currently like approaching these little wooden gates. It's literally like tallness you could see over these gates. That's how high they are. The rest of you're probably going to need a ladder.
Cool. Should we camp out and wait for them to kind of like go in, and then we can?
No, I think we should. I think we should actually block them before they pass that. That will be more difficult to interact with a card.
So are they at the gate already, or are they kind of approaching the gate?
They're kind of approaching it. You don't have too long. You'd have to pretty much rush to be able to get there.
Are there any guards?
Let's just pause a sec. We've lost Ollie.
And he's back.
Oh, he's back.
Yes.
Do you need to any sorting card?
Nope, got him.
Cool.
Are there any guards at the gate?
There is a guard there. He's not in like the normal Sanctum uniform, but he is a human. He is wearing like a brown leather like gimp outfit. No, like brown leather like armor and like a kilt kind of.
Cool. I'm gonna.
And this is the only guard around.
He's the only guard that you can see, other than the 5 guards that are still with the merchant.
Did any of the 5 guards in the merchant look particularly intimidating, or did they just look like normal human?
They all look
soldiers?
like your normal Sanctum guards.
Okay.
They were.
We got to remember this guy wants to speak to us. We want to give
Yeah.
him this thing, so we don't need to fight him. We just need to convince him that we've got what he's after. So.
But I don't think it's the Baron that has what we're after. I think that the
No, it's the
Baron
guy
has
underneath,
taken. Yeah, the Baron has taken.
But you don't know. You don't know. I'm the only one that knows that there is something underneath.
Well, we've heard hissing.
No,
Yeah, but you don't know from where.
Zar heard the hissing.
And Zar
Pebble-saurus has
hasn't-
heard the hissing, but he's on the thing.
Oh, and I knew he was lying to us.
And you've heard from Pebble-saurus
No,
that
no,
he's heard something.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
know he's lying to you. And then you've heard from the Pebble-saurus that he heard something.
He heard
important.
something. Yeah. So I think we've got enough to know that we don't want to fight this guy. We want to convince him we've got something he wants.
As I say, I think, guys, I think we should really follow the card.
Oh, we are following the cart, aren't we?
Yeah.
He's-
Don't
he's
care
a-
about anything else but the card.
So we don't want it. So what you're saying is we shouldn't interact with him. Let him go into the little walled off area.
And throw Pebble-saurus over the wall.
Well, he's already on the cart.
Pebble-saurus
Oh,
is
he's already
on
on the cart. No, yeah, well, they're going to let him go in then.
Okay.
We should really follow the card.
So you guys are just following. Pebble-saurus, what are you doing right now? Are you just along for the ride, or you got some plan?
So I don't know there's anything underneath, right, or anything like that.
No. At this point, enough time has passed. If you wanted to, you could do another perception check.
Okay. I mean, yeah, might as well, right?
Yep. You get to the perception check. It's just an average difficulty, but no bonuses.
To be fair, we've been playing for an hour and a half and we've done nothing. I'm going to shoot something in a minute.
Yeah.
Very success.
Yep. So you hear the hissing now, and you can hear that it's coming from below the cart. You got an advantage. So at this point, you can take the opportunity to try and jump off if you wanted to.
Is the cart still moving?
The cart is still moving. You would need to roll something, but it would. You'd be able to do it without getting noticed.
I mean, I think it's more of a benefit that I'm on the cart, right? If it's going behind some gates.
Yeah. You want to start it?
I'm going to stay on it, yeah.
Cool. Rest of you, are you just going to let the guard go through?
I want to try to enter the gate.
Okay, so it's not. So the obviously so at that point then the caravan has already gone in with the merchant on it. The gates opened. He went through. The gates are now closed, and you guys are just strolling up the pathway towards this this little walled off area, which is obviously just like probably like you can
And then
see.
would like to approach the guard that is standing in front of the gate, and I say, listen, at the market there's a giant. He went crazy. They say you have to go there to support the guards.
I mean, you can roll a deception check, mate.
I tried that one last session.
And it's just going to be an average difficulty because this guy's pretty much an idiot.
I feel like this conversation is just going to end with Tornish just grabbing him right.
Just pull his arms off. Yeah. Go full Chewbacca and just yank his arms off.
So the guard was like, he looks terrified. He's just like there's a giant attacking the yard, and he looks at his like meager weapon like holstered to his side, and rather than running towards the commotion, he just runs off somewhere else.
Be careful, it's a giant.
Cool.
And he's just running. So there's now no guard stood on the actual gate that you can see.
Can I, if I jump on top of the gate or the fence, am I like, will I be super obvious? Or will I be... Basically, because like,
No, you just
You'll be a
just
bit
see a
obvious
monster
as
popping from a gate.
the people inside can probably see like the top half of a giant's like looking over this fence at the moment. It's like it's not really like a gate to keep people out or in. It's just like a status
It's
symbol.
kind of like a fence.
This is not your area. Yeah.
It's not a wall. It's
So-
more like a fence. So Tornos can see. Hey, big guy, can you see what's inside?
I try to grab Xayah and lift him up.
Zah, you see just as much as Tornus does, which is some nice ornate tents just all lined up. There's like a campfire in the middle, with people people just sat around having a few drinks and having a laugh. You can see obviously these guys are all very well off, and you can see off to the right is quite a big like tent, but it's currently like flat on the floor. And you can it's being prepped, and you assume that's going to be like the tent that's going to be for it's going to be.
Do I see the cart? Do I see the cart anywhere?
Yeah, the cart has only just gone through pretty much.
But
so
it's stopped, or is it only still?
It's pretty much just pulled up to
Okay.
the area where that big tent is, and people have there's a big pile of like discarded clothing just next to it where you can see people have just like thrown aside some stuff.
Yep.
Okay, guys, do you want to have a discussion?
No.
I think we should figure out what our next play is.
I try to push the gate.
Yeah,
Open
let's
the gate.
just go inside.
So the gate has like a little latch on it on the other side, so you are pushing against some resistance. You could quite easily break it open if you wanted to, or put your hand over and lift the latch on the other side.
But can I step over the fence?
Yes.
Okay, then I will try to lift whoever is willing to over the fence and step
take
over the
with
fence.
you.
Yep. Who is
Do I
going?
have to roll something, or do I?
You are able to lift everyone.
Okay.
All at the same time.
You're not lifting
No,
me.
one at a time.
I wouldn't let you lift me. I'll wait until you go over, and then I'll ask you to open the fence.
Nobody
Okay.
passes an elf.
I mean, I feel like I could just jump the fence, to be honest, at this point. So
You could do an agility check if you wanted to.
yeah, I'm just gonna. So as Tornus is gonna like step over and
So
I'll,
you're gonna
take
miss,
two
you're
damage
gonna
and
miss
you're
the jump. You're gonna heal yourself again.
I'm just gonna hop over
Just
that.
got given a free ride over the fence.
So you're going to do an agility check.
You don't
Yeah.
roll dice
and
when you don't need to roll dice. Just
Wait,
have
is it
agility?
agility or athletics?
Athletics, yeah.
Yeah,
Athletics best, and it's going to be average difficulty, and you're going to add a setback dice because you are injured.
that's stupid.
Exactly, I need
Is
you.
it athletics I'm doing?
Athletics, yeah.
Yeah, and I've got one setback dice and two difficulty dice.
Yep.
You're gonna die soon.
I mean, you got proficiency. Okay. So you jump up onto the fence, and you pretty much like jump into it, and you land on top. And as you're like sliding down, you can see inside, and you can see everything that Zar and Tornus saw because of your advantage. However, you also spot the snake like creature below. You can see his face essentially. He is below the thing, and his like little tongue like dark.
All right. I'm now like, right, these guys have our snake boy. We need to get our snake boy back. Let's go. Let's do this. And I preemptively tell High Merca to shut the fuck up. And that we're doing this. He isn't the boss of us.
Off you go. You crack on.
Connor,
I try to open the gate.
Connor, pick me up. Let's go.
How are you going to open
This
the gate?
person, this
I don't know,
person is
if
so
I-
so intelligent that he's saying this now, and he gave the vial before to.
Yeah, no,
hire
I've still got the
Marco.
vial. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm still...
Yeah, no, I forgot you've taken it from me. I still forgotten about this. I'm like, this is my mission, guys.
Do I see any device to open the gate
Um,
or a
If you're-
mechanism?
yeah, if you look over it, it's literally like a little latch.
A
Like
latch.
like a gate latch.
Okay, I try to open the gate then, so
Yeah.
Hyan can open, and afterwards I would like to close the gate again.
Okay, so you open the gate. The gates open up, and like the people that were all like laughing and having a drink, stop laughing, and just look over at you. And there's like a pause, and then they all start laughing again and drinking. And now they think it's even more hysterical because they're not sure if they actually just saw you or not. The guards around the merchant are like the Baron are currently like helping set up the tent, so you're quite lucky there that you've timed that quite well. So yeah, that's where you're at.
So is only Taunus is in the camp now.
Taunus is stood at the gate. He's just
He
opened
just
it.
opened.
You guys are all stood around him.
Yeah.
You've
Okay.
just fallen off the fence, so you're.
Yeah, we can follow. We can go all inside now.
Tonus
after him.
did say he was going to shut the gate. Did you shut the gate before we came in?
No, of course not.
That'd be a very
Yeah, I'm
Taunus
not
thing.
that
That'd be a very Taunus thing to do. Is just open the gate, just shut it behind him, and just carry on going.
I'm gonna jump off the wagon.
Yeah, I'm going to walk straight back up to the straight back up to the Baron. If he's got no guards anymore, I'm going to walk straight back up to him.
I follow.
And I'm going to be very, very blunt and say, now that there's no one around you, we know you've got you've got the guy we're looking for. We're not here to cause trouble. We've got something for him from his brother.
So the merchant looks at you and shouts, "Guards!
Yeah.
You shouldn't be in here."
We shouldn't go to the Baron. We should
Alright,
just go
okay.
to the guy. Why
too
you have
late.
to go to the
'Cause he's-
Baron
'cause
and
he's
say,
still
I know that you have the guy?
Because he's still underneath. He's still underneath the wagon.
Yeah, but we all know because we got the information. So we should just go to the wagon instead of going to the Baron and
You
say,
just- yeah,
I
you
know
just-
you get the, you have the
I think
guy.
Saya has a panic attack.
Okay, can I just
If
draw
the
my
guy-
weapon now?
So
before
now,
combat
so if
ends?
that's the case, he shouted guards. I'm going to go underneath the wagon and tell that guy that he's got to either come with us and we've got to keep him safe,
We're
or he stays there and he gets fucked.
Okay, so the guards are coming running over.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're having to drop the stuff, so you've got a bit of a minute. The Baron is in a bit of a panic.
I draw my hammer and say,
Who told Hyan where the snake was? I'm assuming Clixel must have said it when he came down.
Yeah, when I fell off the thing, I was like, he's got a panic boy. He's underneath the thing. We need to go grab him.
Okay, so
Everyone should, other than Pebblesaurus, knows that information.
so Pebblefoot, you've jumped down, so you're pretty much back with everyone. Hyan, you look under the thing, and you can see that this guy is clearly hiding underneath this wagon. You only spot it because obviously you're not looking full under. He's like attached to the bottom. He's got like a purple robe on and his head covered. And you grab him, and you can do a quick brawl check for me.
Brawl check. Oh, that's not my forte.
Should have got the giant to grab someone.
Well,
I can
well,
shoot him if
to
you
be
want.
honest, we were all pissing about following a bleeding merchant. He got a bit annoyed and just like, right, I'm just gonna.
The subtle Mr. I like intelligence and being quiet and doing this and just like, I'm just going to jump onto the thing and pull him out.
I rolled an extra black die there.
Yeah, just get rid of that.
Well, can we just take the result off? I don't know what the result is. It's a threat.
You will.
So it'll be two
one
advantage.
threat.
Two advantage.
You will
then,
have
what we got.
only one thread.
So I'd have had, so I'd have had 2 advantage instead then, instead of 1, because 1 threat.
No, this is not advantage.
No,
this
you've
is
got 2
threat.
threats, so you get 1 less threat.
Yeah,
Who's
one
got-
less threat.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the one above. Sorry. Yep, 1 less threat.
Yep, so you lose a threat, so you've got 1 threat. So the guy just like hisses at you. He doesn't know who you are, and he manages to fight you off, and he's still attached underneath there. And the guards have run over now, and they're like screaming in all your faces, like, "What are you doing here? What are you?"
I'm going to use silent communication to talk to this lizard guy underneath.
Okay, what message are you trying to convey to him?
We know your brother, or we've got the vial.
Okay.
Vial.
Okay, no, like, here to help would be something like that. Something like,
Okay,
give him the information that you are on his side, even though Hyan has just like tried to grab him out from his hiding place. And yeah, so he's got that information. He looks at you, and you can see he's suspicious, but he's got those like piercing eyes, looking at you. The guards are here, and they are in your face. They are aggro. They want to know what on earth you're doing, like what you've broken in for. They think you've attacked their baron.
I want to draw my hammer and I say, "Let's all calm down a bit." You
Yeah,
don't
because
want
that's
to fight
calming
this
everybody.
giant.
That's calming everyone down. Fucking a giant with a massive rocket hammer.
We have some business to do here. We don't want to fight you.
Okay, so
Actually, I would love to, but not now.
Not yet.
I get really excited and pull my pistol out as well. I'm just like,
okay, we're
You're
fighting, boys. We are fighting, boys.
Yeah.
So everyone can roll some initiative, which is cool, I believe.
Yeah.
You all knew this fight was coming because you pretty much caused it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I wanted to fight them before they even, had a chance.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you guys listen to me actually this time, maybe,
So initiative roll, right?
we are
I'm just
terrorists
gonna
now.
put this out there. Nobody healed the Martian, so
Yeah. None of you did a medicine check right at the start.
Yeah.
I spent all that time
I wasn't
explaining
bothered
to you
about
how medicine works, and you're like,
I purposefully
we got-
didn't.
we
I
got
was
outside.
no.
I cannot do it. I don't have any tablet or anything. So
but you can just do a free medicine check.
medicine checks.
Is it a cool?
yeah,
or
but
a
why
cool?
should I do it for the
No,
Martian? I mean,
why do we
it
find
didn't
the
do anything.
Where do I find the initiative checks?
It's under weapons, talents, and powers.
Weapons that.
Oh, I've still got a blue
Yeah,
dice.
yeah. You don't want to be wrong all that.
And it's a cool one, right?
You've done even better.
Is it a cool?
Yeah, cool. Because we're expecting it.
How cool is the Pebblesaurus?
Yeah, he's very cool.
I've got loads of cool on mine.
Oh.
He's a rock with 3 glowing blue diamonds on his back. This is cool.
It's fine. I fail most of them because I have 1 in cool. So I have I have a 4 in vigilance. I don't know why.
Let me. Right, let's see.
It's like when I'm prepared, I'm less prepared than when I'm not prepared.
The guards get no initiative, so that's good. So you've got going first is Pebblesaurus, then you've got Heinmerker or Kixil, whichever roles you want.
Do you want to go first or second or third? Give me a second or third.
I'll go third. I won't be. No, I have no
Okay.
interest in fighting.
All right, I'll go second.
Then you've got Taunus fourth. Then you've got these guards going fifth, and then you've got Zarkit going last. So these guys are like pretty much in your face, getting aggro now.
How many guards?
There is 5.
Okay.
So what are you doing first, Pebblesaurus?
Are we really committing to this fight?
Like they are getting aggro at you.
People are going to die. That's what I'm saying. On both sides, we're losing numbers.
Oof. I'm probably just gonna. I'm pretty useless in fights. I mean,
Do you want to heal me? Just throwing it out there.
As an action, you can choose to use a per encounter. You can use one of your things.
Because
Well, per encounter, you can do a medicine check,
Mhm.
or you can just use your herbs and to heal him for 5.
I'm just gonna use my herbs and heal him for 5.
Cool. Clicks all you heal 5.
Okay, I go down to 2 wounds.
You can also make a movement here. At the minute, it's literally you guys are all stood right
I'm
in
gonna
front
get
of
behind Taunus straight away.
Sweet. Right, you've moved. Next, we've got Clicksil. What are you doing?
Cool. So I can do a movement and an action.
Yep.
Okay. So as a movement, I'm gonna kind of take a step back from them, so
Yep.
a bit of distance in between us. And then I'm gonna take a shot at the main guard who was with the Baron the entire time.
Yeah. Okay. So you take a shot.
Cool. So is that just a regular difficulty?
Yeah. Regular difficulty.
Use your weapon.
Right. Yeah. Use your weapon. Yeah. I'll fill in the weapon, and then
Yeah, ranged attack, right?
Yep.
Nice.
So 2. Right. Okay. So your damage is 4 plus the damage from your weapon, 5. So that is... Oh, you needed to add a setback dice. You're inaccurate. So you add 1 setback dice to any attacks. Just roll a setback dice if you can.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so yeah, you're getting 2 threat, and you're doing 4 hits plus the 5, which is 9 hits.
And I have my blast ability as well, quality. Or is that the +2 damage?
So let's have a look. Am I on the right one? Click saw. Weapons. So everyone in range of the original target suffers damage equal to the target if it's a successful hit. Damage equal to the total successes +2. Okay, so your attack is successful. You're going to do 9 damage, which is...
I just want to kill someone. That's like all I'm here for. When I get my first.
I can't open 2 pages. So you obliterate this first guy. He just dies, and you pretty much just one-shot him. So there's 4 left. Do you want to trigger your blast?
My only worry is if I trigger my blast, will I hit any friendly characters or the Baron?
Or the lizard?
You would hit the... there's the chance that you would hit the lizard at this point. So everyone will deal damage. Will take damage. I'm
not going to risk it. I'm not going to do the blast.
It will be 6 damage in total.
Yeah, because of the range that I'm in, I'm not going to trigger the blast.
Okay. So you've obliterated 1 guy. There's now 4 left, and it's on you, Heimerker.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't planning on doing it. I'm just going to shoot him.
Just shock them, I think, yeah.
I'm just going to shoot him with my double-barreled one-handed pistol.
Yep.
Him who?
Just one of the the Baron. Just one of the Sanctum guards. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not right.
No.
That's not on the weapon. Why's that gone wrong? Okay. Has it got to be a ranged attack? Has it? You got to do it.
Yeah.
Combat. I've got decent ranged. Oh, we'll take the first one.
Yeah, we will. So you do 7 damage. 8. Does it count that? No, it counts that in it. So it's going to be 7 damage because you got 2. No, I've got the wrong person's thing open. 1 second.
2 plus a critical.
So yeah, you've got 5 as well. So you do 7 damage in total, and then you stun 4, which will give him 4 strain.
I mean, that's unnecessary because... But yeah.
They're just really upset about being dead.
Steve frozen.
Looks like it.
It's a really...
Or is he really thinking a lot?
I've stunned him for, yeah.
Deep in thought.
Should we finish this battle and then stop for today? Because I think
yeah, it's getting quite late, isn't it?
Yeah, especially for Rene. I mean,
I'm fine.
yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Yeah, not to kill people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for this session. I've murdered someone. It's revitalized my alien
I just want to start to get some experience, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
Steve's internet died.
Oh,
really?
okay. So I think we are done. It's coming back. It's coming back. Are you still recording? But of course you are cutting this.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, so I can smoke a cigarette. I don't want to give a bad example to people, but at the same time, I need a cigarette.
Yeah.
Just you being present is a bad example.
I know. I mean, the main issue that I have with fighting in this place is that we are surrounded by sanctum, so it's like
We can
walking a
hide the
bear.
Oh, there you
We
go.
can hide
like-
the bodies.
Steve's
Yeah,
back.
let's
We
kill.
do have no name.
Steve just
Ah,
got
Steve.
stunned 4.
Stunt fall.
Stunned the game master.
He stunned the game master.
So you so you've done 7 damage to him in total, was it? Or
Yeah.
7 damage in total. Which means he's taken 3 damage and he's pretty much on death's door. You've got this triumph result,
Yep.
which you can either do a critical damage or you can do a critical hit on him, or you can do one of the other things.
No, I'm going to do a critical hit, and the critical hit is after I've shot him. He sort of stunned him a little bit, so I've just ran up and just finished him off with a Van Damme sweet-chin music straight to the face.
So let's see what he gets then. As a critical hit. Dun, dun, dun. How do I roll criticals? Critical injuries. Roll critical. Okay, so he's going to suffer 1 strain each time he performs an action.
I thought a critical hit. Well, I thought I was just going to. It didn't do extra damage.
No, he gets a critical injury essentially.
I don't care about that. I want to hit him. I want to kill him.
You've put at the brink. Like he rolled a 95 out of 100. He's pretty much dead, mate.
Ricky like blew his arm off.
Yeah, he's got 4 strain on him. You could you haven't got the advantages to spend your double hit, I don't think.
No, I
so
haven't, no.
he's pretty much, you've got 1 guy that's pretty much on the brink of dying, and you've got 3 others, which I believe the next person was
Me.
Taunus. Yeah.
Yes. Is a maneuver an action? So if I do a maneuver, can I still attack?
Yes.
So I can do a maneuver.
You
and
get
attack.
2 action. You get 2
Oh,
actions.
perfect. Perfect.
But one, but only 1 can be
Yes,
an
one
attack.
move, one
Yeah.
attack. Yeah.
Okay. So then I would like to use my maneuver. It's called Berserk. Before the fight starts, you heard me screaming, and I got really angry.
Okay.
And I start swinging my hammer like I did on the market. And I try to attack one of the guards. So
Is it one of the uninjured ones or one of the injured ones?
Of course, one of the uninjured ones,
Yeah, I thought
because
it might be.
I'm an honorable fighter. Let's see. That's wrong. Where I have
That's
to.
what I
Yeah,
tried. Yeah.
You have to roll like a
Melee.
brawl,
Brawl.
melee check. Yeah, you must do
Melee.
melee.
It is like on the
Brawl.
skills page.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Melee.
It's on the brawl.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you want melee. So that is good roll. Let me
And
just
excuse me, I get something for activating my Berserk. I get 1 success and 2 advantages additional to that.
Sweet. So you're gonna do you're gonna do 7 damage plus another success, so that's 8 damage.
And
you've got
since the guards are smaller than me, I think I can like swing and attack both of the guards that are standing in front of me.
yes. How does that affect the other thing?
It's sweeping blow. It's an incidental, and when making a melee attack against a smaller target, additional hit on another target dealing damage equal to the original hit.
Okay. You obliterate both of them.
He's gone full Sauron. Just.
Yeah. So both the other two, like the full health guards, have just been cleaved in two. They've dropped down.
There was 3 left, right? So are they just all 3 of them?
So you killed the first one. Two
The
of
second
them-
one is
Yeah, it's
standard.
1 plus another one. So there's 2 like just cleaved in 2. There's 1 that's pretty much on death's door, and then there's 1 that's fine. Yeah.
Cool.
So now it's the guards guys to go.
And Steve, when you attack me, the guards get 1 success when they attack me because
Okay.
of the berserk.
Cool. So the first one is the guy that's like pretty much on death's door, and he's like clutches himself and he like throws himself forward. As he does so, his heart just gives out and he drops down dead. Because he needed 1 more strain to die, and that was it. But the other one's still full health, and because of the fact that Taunus is there, pretty much he just jumped in and attacked. He's the biggest target. He's gonna lash out with his sword at you, and he is going to. Dun, 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 dun.
Surprised he just didn't run away at this point.
I mean, he's got to protect his baron. He's a nice guy.
Don't think it's worth it, mate. Go, you're not paid enough.
So he adds 1 of these, and he goes like this. Reduced by 1 if solo. Well, he's only him left. So that's disappointing. So he rolls this.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
And another success.
Plus another success. So it's 4 successes, plus his damage. So his damage is 5, so he does 9 damage to you. Reduced by your soak, which is
5.
5, so
4.
4 damage.
Okay.
And yeah, just 4 damage. And then we're down to Zar.
Okay, so and entering character. So I just pull my Reaper sigil from the back and move towards the last guard and swing at it. It's okay. Let me just.
He's only got 1 health left.
No, this one I think is still full health.
Yeah, the one that had 1 health died, so it's this
did
guy's
it?
full health. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Reaper sigil, I get 1 boost dice when there is any defeated or killed enemy. So I get 1.
Yep.
And it's a brawl check. So let me just. So that's the brawl, and I need to add 1 boost and 1.
Before you roll it, though, let me just check.
Say again.
I just need to check a second if it's brawl. I don't know if it is.
Yeah, the 2-handed you put it as brawl.
I think it's melee, but let me just check. 2-handed. Yeah, 2-handed is melee. Yeah.
Yeah, which is brawl.
So
No, it's
brawl.
melee. There's melee, which is different to brawl.
Oh, I don't know. There's a melee.
Oh, so you put the wrong one in my.
Against the weapon. Yeah, it's just you want melee brawl, so that's the.
But isn't melee at the distance?
No, skill melee. You roll melee. Brawl is if you use just your fists. Melee is if you're a 1-handed weapon is melee, and then 2-hand and then a ranged weapon is
range agility.
Range, yeah.
So okay, I need to change the skill to melee instead of roll for the weapon. Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, so I have a boost dice, but also I have disadvantage dice. Always with this weapon. So
I think it's 1 boost dice per person killed, though, isn't it?
It's not clear. Maybe you can check because it says I get 1 boost dice to combat checks after a target is defeated or killed. But,
the wording makes me think it's just 1.
Yeah, so it's only 1.
Yep.
Otherwise, it will be really overpowered.
Yeah.
Okay,
Roll away.
and here we go.
You missed.
As expected, I'm like swinging like this, like with really intense, and I'm just falling down on one side.
Yeah, so you just miss, and we're back down to Clixel now. Oh, no, Applesauce.
Applesauce.
You've got a lot of fighting options.
I'm gonna ask Tornus to throw me as hard as he can at this guy, right in the face. And I'm gonna use my attack on him.
Yeah, Tornus, you can throw him.
Yes. I do it.
Okay, Tornus, if you want to roll a ranged check for me.
No, that's badly, isn't it?
He's gonna throw you like into the ground, and you're gonna take like 10 damage and die.
So it's just going to be like, yeah, ranged agility.
He's gonna throw you out the compound.
Yep, cool. Yeah, you've hit him. The threats aren't really going to do anything because no one else is there to actually take advantage of it. So now, Pubsaurus, if you want to roll your brawl check, but if you could add onto it a bonus dice, and we'll also add an additional damage to it from the power that Tornus hit him with.
So it's a brawl, yeah?
Yep. Wow. So success. So you miss. Well, you pretty much hit his armor and just clink off of it. You've not done any damage to him. So now we're on to Clixel.
Cool.
Any damage to me or anything?
No damage to you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna kind of walk up to him and shoot him in the face.
Yep. Do your range check.
Blow his face off.
And it's going to be just one difficulty because you're pretty much right in his face.
Cool. And no bonus, no boost dice, no setback dice.
Not unless you got anything on your weapon. I don't think you do. So 3 advantages. You are Clixel fixed finger. So you've got 2 plus 5. You just missed a critical. So you can spend your advantages if you want to.
I'm gonna shoot. So my blast blinds him. If I can do that, just like burn his eyeballs out. So if he survives,
we'll give him disadvantage on his next rolls because he's like blinded. And you're doing 7 damage to him. So 3 go through. So yeah, this guy's pretty much on death's door. And we're down to Tornus, I believe.
No,
Hyan.
Oh, Hyan. Yep.
I don't think I can use my weapon again, can I?
Nope, you can't. You can't use a weapon. You could punch him.
I mean, yeah, of course I'm going to punch him.
And he can't see you coming.
It's a brawl check. And yeah, we'll give you a boost dice.
I am not good at brawl. Oh, well, that's gone well. I've killed him, but it's probably broke my hand in the process.
So you do 1 damage plus 0, which doesn't get through his soak. So yeah, you've punched into his armor and you've taken a damage. You've injured your hand.
You're doing better off just walking away. Just being like, he's pretty much dead. I'm not going to do anything here.
Tornus, you're up.
Yeah, it's one guy left, right?
Yep, and he is pretty much dead.
I'm gonna swing my hammer again, do like this, and smash from above on his head to finish him off.
Roll your normal and add a boost dice.
It's gonna be such an overkill.
Drill him into the ground.
Words.
Yeah, shoot him in the face and then smash him in the head. Oh my god.
I mean, we'll roll his critical.
Body part start flying.
But I'm not even going to roll it. He's full on dead.
The Baron just gets like covered in guts and blood.
Yeah, when you look at him, you don't know if he was human or goblin.
Just a mush, just a blob.
Yeah. You just absolutely just like pummel him into the ground. All 5 guards are now like absolutely annihilated. You've got the Baron that sat on top of the on his thing, and he's looking terrified. Like you guys are going to get like as much intimidation on this guy as you want because he's just seen you guys like annihilate 5 guards. You've caused a massive commotion. Like this is gonna like everyone has spotted this. All the people that were like sat drinking, they've all seen all that.
Yeah, this is well, boys.
And the snake-like creature has dropped down from underneath the wagon. He obviously didn't get involved in the fight, and he just pulled himself out, and that's where we'll end it.
Well,
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going really smooth.
Yeah, things are going great. They're going definitely according to plan. You know.
Actually, we should think about drinking the poison.
Yeah, should we just drink it?
Oh, yeah.
Should we just end it on a bombshell? Whoop, blop, blop. Yeah, no, we're going to leave it there. So, yeah, a couple of hours in. Thanks for watching episode 2. If you enjoyed it, let us know. If you spotted anything that Steve dropped, because I think I missed it, unless he was dropping hints about World of Warcraft. Other than that, I missed anything. But if you did, stick something in the comments, tell him, and he'll give you the chance to name an NPC in one of the next episodes. But
yep, and also the first episode, go back to that one, see what you spot, and comment on that one as well. That'll give you another chance as well.
Cool.
And
great.
if you've seen, and if you spot the pink underwear of Steve during the stream, then you are a pervert.
Then I'll send them to you.
So Stefano says bye.